Welcome to Thoughts in the Class podcast. I'm LaToya,
And I'm Kendra.
and this is a weekly podcast where we share our unfiltered thoughts and opinions on a variety of topics.
So sit back, relax, and join us on a conversation of real, raw, and ridiculously funny commentary.
Period. Every week we do a drink of the night. Kendra, what's the drink tonight?
Well, tonight's drink is called what is it called? The frozen cotton candy Margarita.
Mm-hmm.
Super easy to make and quite delicious per the video. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take about 3 cups of ice, your favorite tequila, 3/4 cup of freshly squeezed lime juice, or the bottle, whatever makes sense for you, and then 8 ounces of cream soda, and then 1/3 ounce of triple sec, and then you're gonna put in a little bit of cotton candy. You wanna put that into your blender, blend it on up, and then garnish your cup with a little bit of lime and then some sugar or salt, depending on what your fancy is. And then pour your stuff into your serving glass and enjoy. You can top with more cotton candy, but all it's just going to do is just melt as ours has. All right.
Cheers. That's
It's
good.
not. It's not sweet at all.
It's not sweet, yeah, but it smells really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yes. Getting into spring, y'all.
We in spring,
I know.
and it's almost. Well, we got a couple more weeks, but it's almost margarita time.
I know. I know.
Anyway, how was your week?
The week has been good. So okay. Of course, last week a lot of people were on spring break. So this week people were trying to, getting back into the rhythm of things. Back into the rhythm of the night. And so some of the meetings that I was going to, I'm no longer going to.
Mm-hmm.
And so on Friday when I came in, because it's a meeting that I usually go to on Thursdays, because we have a visit coming up, and because everybody was on spring break, I was the person like all of the meetings, like sending out all of the updates, what needs to be done, who needs to be doing this, and blah blah blah. So this week I haven't been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Thursday we had one of like our syncs for this meeting, this the visit that's coming up, and so one of the directors was like, yeah, well, the person that's organizing the visit was basically like, how's the communication? She asked us at every meeting, and usually the ones that I've gone to, they were like, oh, everything is great. I feel like everything's up to, we feel like we up to snuff.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we're hoping for more communication. And because the way Kendra was communicating last week, it was incredible. I felt like we had all the information. We knew what we needed to do. We knew what was going on, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not in the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday comes, and my counterpart that actually had been on vacation and now is there. She was like, what were you doing different last week that I don't do when it comes to relaying information? I said, well, because I don't know what is and is not important, I give everybody the information, because that way everybody's on the same page. If I'm out, or if all of a sudden you coming in, you could say, this is what Kendra talked about. You could see all the emails. There's no holding stuff back because you want to be the only one with the information.
Right.
I don't do that. I don't have a need for that.
Right.
So that's basically what I said, and then she was like, okay. So then I looked at, so the night before, the young lady that basically takes care of the visit did a synopsis of what the meeting was about that the people were in.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first thing was like, they're looking for more communication, this, that, and so she had the whole list of everything they discussed in the meeting, and still what was still basically
Pending
for people to do. So I went back to my counterpart and I was like, hey, so when I say I'm expressing everything, I said I take out things that don't pertain to the big bosses in this synopsis, but anything that they said that they were going to do, any kind of outcome from that meeting that's important, and I continuously send what we're waiting for from them and the logistics team. I said, because they are over them as well, so I want them to know exactly what we're tasking them to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, she was like, it's a lot more work. And I was like, I mean, not necessarily, but then it covers you all the way around. Oh, the other part I forget to say. So she was like, I'm not saying that you did not have good communication, but I felt like it was a dig at me. And I'm like, you don't understand how backhanded that comment is.
Yeah.
So then when I explained to her what I,
But I get what she's saying because I think like if you were
mm-hmm,
taking over her role while she was gone,
mm-hmm,
and then when she gets back and she does it for a couple days, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, we wish it was more communication." Their comment was backhanded towards her, so it's like she pushed it down to you.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I get it, but it's also like don't get mad at
Don't
me,
get mad at me because I'm doing the thing.
right?
So then I send out I was like, well, I said, I asked, I said, well, do you want me to send it out? Just so you can have an example of like what I'm sending out. And so she
Mm-hmm.
was like, I can send it out. And then she was like, I'm just so busy. Can you send it out? So I was like, yes. I took everything that they needed, sent all of the logistic stuff. This is what we're still requiring from you, blah, blah, blah. So our manager over top of both of us, I just went in there. I was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I went ahead and sent this out. She was like, this is great. She was like, this is what we should be doing,
Mm.
and it's making them happy. So we can continue this. And she said, and it makes sense for everybody to know exactly what's going on. There's no point of having, because our big boss has a meeting with the overall boss on Wednesdays. It trickles down to us and the conversation that we should be having on Thursday, and then it should come out where everybody has a full scope of everything that's
Yep.
going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but then she also mentioned it. They have like a staff meeting, which I don't go to. There's like all of the heads of stuff. And she mentioned it up in there. She was like, we want to thank Kendra for holding down everything and da 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 da. So my support manager sent it to my company,
Mm-hmm.
my kudos and stuff. I said, well, look at me.
See,
I know, right?
you was all stressed like about everybody gone. I'm doing
Everybody
all
be
the
gone, and
work.
I got to do so much work. But then my thing is, this is the problem. Now, and that's when she was like, you just raising the bar. This is why I don't be trying to get involved,
Mm-hmm.
because I have a way of wanting to do things, and everybody else like, oh, I don't want to say anything because, or I don't want to do this because, you know, you're trying to micromanage the front office, and I'm like, how do you do that? It's like, well, Chief, sometimes she wants us to, like, she wants to say something to the big boss herself without them kind of gearing him up. But in my mind, I'm like, I think that's unfair, because just like you're sitting here complaining that people go around you to talk to her, you're doing the same thing to them, and I don't think that's right. I think if you're gonna feel a certain kind of way of being xed out of stuff, and someone going directly to her, you should feel the same. They should be able to feel the same way,
Yeah.
or whatever. And I don't like that. I don't have anything to hold back from people. Like, if they go and jump the gun, they went and jumped the gun. That means you need to be quicker than that. That's basically what that comes down to. That's how I felt about it. So that was that, and I was kind of like, girl, don't hate on me, don't hate on me, because I told her, I was like, it is so funny because, and then so then also the essay was out, so
Mm-hmm.
people was like, asking me for stuff, and I'm trying to get back to YouTube. Let me get this stuff up out of here. I got to finish.
It's like I'm gonna get
I
it
don't
done.
got time for that.
Yeah.
And it be speedy. Answers come quick. So I think people get used to that, and what ends up happening is they no longer go to like the admin, and they start coming to me because everything gets done
Yeah.
much faster, or I
Mm-hmm.
always have an answer or whatever. So anyway, so that was fine. And then Friday, I don't know if I talked to the people about this, but Janae's been in school to be a medical assistant, and
Mm-hmm.
so on Friday she took her medical assistant certification exam
Nice.
and passed it on the first try. Big
Congratulations.
big ups to her. And so yeah, so now she starts her externship, and then she'll be out here poking folks up and drawing
Okay.
blood.
So
So,
they gonna for her externship they're gonna place her somewhere.
so they placed her somewhere in Greenbelt. She's supposed to start on Monday, and we're supposed to pay the rest of this money off on Tuesday. So we'll see.
So and that's for them to like release her certifications and
Yeah, so
stuff.
that's how it should be
Okay.
done. Yeah,
Okay.
because she's supposed to graduate in August.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
right? Out here, I'm like, I ain't raising no bones. I tell you that. That I'm gonna
Does
tell
she
you.
know what she like? Does she have a specific place in mind where she wants to work after this,
So
or do they guide you in that too?
they can. So the externship, they say most of the time they end up
Oh,
hiring you
there.
on.
Okay.
Um, but she wants to end up at a hospital because she wants them to send her to school for to be a obstetrics sonographer,
Okay.
to be able to do that. I was like, now, girl, can you keep a straight face when things are going awry?
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know. So, but yeah, so I'm super proud of her.
Oh,
And then
congratulations.
spring has really sprung.
Right, we in it. We in the thick of
We
it.
in it. It's hot as hell. It's supposed to be what, 90?
Yeah.
And this week and stuff. It's just the fool all out.
But
It's like,
then,
how do we
but
go
then there's
from
still been cold mornings. Like the weather's so weird because you'll have these 90-degree, 80-degree days, but then you'll have like a 50-degree day.
Yes.
Also.
Or overnight deep freeze.
Yeah.
Because it's 26 degrees. I'm like, a few weeks ago, how did it go from 26 degrees at night and it's gonna be freezing? Then by the time the day came, it was like 50. The next day was 60. Then it was 75. Then it was 85, 88, 90, 90, and then 65. I just want. Why do we have to have all 4 seasons in a week?
Well, I think like spring is transitional, right? But it also makes me think, oh, yeah, I just had an epiphany. Because you know how they say like Mother Earth?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if spring is like her, like you know how we have our cycle and we have our phases? I wonder if spring is like her PMS phase. Because you know like how our hormones are all over the place?
Yes.
Like I wonder if in spring her hormones are all over the place, and so you're gonna get whatever
comes out.
Like she's PMSing.
Yes.
We getting ready to have summer, and you're gonna get. So is summer like the period then? Because she's shedding.
It's a mess. Well, no.
Well, that's fall.
That's fall.
Summer must be ovulation.
Okay.
Summer must be ovulation.
Because it's the time. Because she's hot. She's hot.
She's hot
She
in the
hot
pants.
Okay, hot and heavy. Okay.
I'm like getting chills. Like Mother Nature, she has her cycles.
Oh,
and in the fall, she's shedding. Yes. And in the winter, she's cozied up. She doesn't want to be bothered.
Yes.
She's leave me alone. Bring my chocolate and my cookies.
Yes. Okay, now.
But in the spring, her hormones are all over the place.
Clearly.
So that's what we're going to get.
That's what we're getting.
And now I have a little bit more empathy. Because I get it, girl. I get it.
We all together. We all the same.
Some days I'm feeling good and I'm like, yes. Other days it's cold. Put a coat on. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. I don't care what you got
it's
going.
It's also windy because I have attitude. And it might rain. You shouldn't have pissed me off.
Or snow.
Depends on how I'm feeling in the moment.
How I feel. So funny. But how was your week?
It was good. So, well, this would be last week by the time you're seeing this, but the highlight of the week. Although, did I get into anything else? I'm trying to think. I think the week was pretty chill.
Mm-hmm.
I posted already. I had went to downtown Alexandria. I posted that on my TikTok, so y'all saw that. I was outside with Hercules for a little bit. My poor baby, he's getting old because like we weren't even out that long, but we did do a lot of walking. But he was exhausted, and I'm like, we didn't even do nothing.
You did enough.
Granted, like I said, y'all, we did do a lot of walk. We probably did about. When I looked at my phone, it said I had took about, I don't know how many thousand steps, but it had came up to like 3.5 miles. So we did do a lot of walking, but I'm just like, normally he don't get tired like that so early, but I felt like, damn, we weren't even out here that long. Are you already tired?
I'm tired.
He was panting. He was like, listen, let's get back to this car, please.
Please, immediately. Because either you gonna be picking me up or somebody else is.
And it's the funny thing about Hercules is he's weird in the sense of, and maybe you know how they say your pets take on your personalities. So maybe it's just like a combination of me and Judah. But like, I'm a social butterfly. I'll talk to people, whatever. And I'm nosy. Hercules has that part. Like he wants to know what you're doing. He wants to be in your business. If he wants to come, like if he wants to interact with you, he'll come up to you. But then when people try to come up to him, that's when like the Judah side comes out, and he's like, exactly. He like, don't come over here. Basically, don't. What they say? Don't come for me unless I send for you.
I didn't send for you. Put your ass down. Go on.
So that's how he was acting at the park. Like we'd be sitting there, and he would, I guess, take an interest in somebody and like walk up to them. But then like if other people are like, "Oh, can I pet your dog?" I'd be like, well, we could try it, but he kind of iffy. So they'll come up, hold their hand out. Hercules will sniff the hand, and he like, okay.
All right, now move on.
I'm like, why is he acting like that?
I don't have time for this.
It's so embarrassing.
I don't have time for this.
But then, like, somebody got a sandwich, and he like, well, what you got over there?
Yeah, that was now let's have a conversation.
I'm like, you can't. I mean, he can do whatever he wants, but I'm like,
clearly, because he gonna do whatever he want.
But how you going?
Ink somebody until you get what you want.
When you want the people, you want the people. When you don't, you don't.
Because that's how he live.
And it was like, I was just like, I don't know what to tell y'all. He has his own personality. If he wants to be involved with you, he will. If he don't, he won't. And that's just what it is with him. So we had fun doing that. And I had Barry with me. And he was like, Hercules gets a lot of attention because everywhere we went, people were like, oh, the dog. And I was like, yeah, he does get a lot of attention. But he also don't be he also don't be fucking with the people sometimes. Like,
you ain't got time for it.
Which is so funny to me. Like, where did that attitude come from? Because I'm not like that. So I'm like, what is this attitude? But then I'm like, maybe that's Judah. Like, maybe he get that from him. I don't know. Anyway, the highlight of the week was I went to the R&B Experience with Tank, Ginuwine, SWV, Lloyd, all the 90s folks. And y'all know, I don't know why. Every time I go to a concert, it's always some bullshit.
Oh, God.
Well, not every time I go to a concert, because I normally tell y'all about my experiences. And I feel like, do you feel like it's always something? Because I do. But then I'm like, but sometimes I go and I have a really great time and nobody bothers me.
I don't really have no issue.
So we go. I'm with Ruby. We go.
Shout out to the Rubes.
I'll tell y'all the issue first, and then I'll go over like the fun parts. So we get to a section where there are a few empty seats. So what's happening is, even though your seat may be, our seats were 13 and 14, but because there are some empty seats, everybody has just slid down to be closer to the stage, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. So our seats were 13 and 14, but we end up sitting in like 10 and 11 because everybody has slid down. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, fine. But as people are starting to come, those empty seats now are getting full. Yeah. So the people that was sitting at 10 and 11 showed up, so we had to slide back. Fine. But when we slid back, that causes everybody to slide back. Y'all got to slide back. Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So I don't know what was happening behind me because I really wasn't paying attention. I'm just like, oh, the people are here now. We got to slide back. So, like, y'all got to move down. Everybody move down. But then, weirdly, I see this girl sitting on this dude's lap. And I'm like, oh, maybe she's just trying to be comfortable. I don't know. I don't care. It's not my business.
Yeah.
But then there's another lady that's like, it's tight. Like, is it an extra seat down there? We need to shift out because it's tight. It's tight. I'm ignoring it because I don't know the people in front of me, and I don't know the people in front of them.
Yeah.
So I hear you complaining, but I'm not going to say anything to them because I don't know them. If you want them to move down, you need to say something to them.
Yeah.
And Ruby's behind me, so Ruby's hearing it more than me.
Yeah.
So then Ruby taps me, and she's like, "You hear this lady?" I'm like, "Yeah, but like, I don't know those people." So like, and I get it. It was nothing that we talked about. It was just understood that if nobody was sitting there, everybody slid down. So I understand her mindset of like, there's an empty seat. So if nobody's sitting there, can everybody slide down? I understood the mindset, but I'm also not gonna get involved and do your bidding. Exactly. So, because I'm in my seat that I paid for.
Hello. And
so we having a good time, everything going on, but Ruby's feeling uneasy. She's like, the energy's off. And I'm like, you think so? She was like, yeah, because Ruby said she asked me directly, and then she made like a broader comment. So she asked Ruby, like, is that seat empty down there? And Ruby was like, it looks like it, but I'm not sure. And then she made a broader comment, like, if the seat is empty, why can't we just lie down? But she's not talking to anybody directly. She's just saying it out loud. So Ruby ignores it too, because Ruby's like, listen,
how about you get your ass up and you go down there?
And that's what I was saying, get up and go down there. But what I didn't know was that on the other side of her was her friend. And her friend was sitting on a dude's lap. So I guess her friend and her boyfriend was on the other side. So it was one seat. So if she would have moved down, that would have separated her from her group.
That's her business.
She wants everybody to slide down so that they can be comfortable. Now, I don't know if the boyfriend didn't have a seat or if it was somebody she met at the concert and they just trying to vibe and be together. I don't know what's going on with that situation. Yeah. But there's no seat for somebody. So that's why she's sitting on his lap. I didn't find that out until later as this conversation is going on, right? And it's not an issue when everybody's standing up and dancing during the performances. It's an issue when we have a lull and we sitting down, right? So right before, so we get through the whole concert. This is going on, but we're not really paying attention to it. I don't really give a fuck, but you can hear it, you know. So then they get ready for Tank to come on, and we have a long-ish period of downtime where the DJs are switching out and the house lights are on, and so now you're able to kind of really see the situation and have a little conversation. So the lady's like, hey, so now she's asking me, hey, is that seat empty? Do you mind sliding down? I said, it looks like the seat is empty, but I don't know. It's so where I'm at, where the empty seat is 4 people. So I don't know the people right next to me, and I don't know the people right next to them. So she asked me, and I said, look, I don't know them, but feel free to ask them. I said, if they're comfortable sliding down, we're cool sliding down, but I don't know those people, and I'm not going to ask them. Yeah. If you want us to slide down, you're going to have to ask them. Yeah. So she was, it was a little annoyance, yeah. But she got it. She was like, you know what? You're right. So then she said, hey, excuse me, is that seat empty? Do y'all mind sliding down? So everybody slid down. So then Ruby tasked me again, and she said, why the boyfriend just said, y'all can move your big ass down? I said, what? So then I'm like, and I don't even drink, so I'm completely sober.
Very sober.
I said, who said can you move your big ass down? So the girl that was doing all the talking before, now she quiet. Because I guess they all heard it, but they didn't know that we heard it. Yeah. So she kind of got that look on her face like, fuck, they heard him say that. And so nobody's saying nothing at first. And I said, who said that? So then the guy pipes up. He was like, I said it. I said, we're doing you a favor. Yeah. And you being nasty? I said, that's not appropriate in any way. Right. And so then he was like, I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying, could y'all move down? You ain't got to get security on me. I said, the issue is this though. If somebody would have came out their mouth sideways to the girl that's sitting on your lap, you'd have had a problem. Right. You're asking us to do a favor for you, and that's how you gonna be about it? Fuck you. Right. So then the girl that was doing all the talk, the girl that's sitting on his lap not saying shit, right. Which also is pissing me off. Yeah. Because y'all can get the fuck. Yeah. Really. Y'all don't have a seat. Yeah. Y'all sharing a seat. Yeah. Nobody had to do nothing for you. Right. So I feel like for her, like, she should have been like, you know, babe, chill, you know, what, I'm sorry, y'all, whatever. She not saying anything. But so then the friend, I guess their friend was like, y'all, he been drinking. And I said, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. Care. I said, it's incredibly rude. Right. And she was like, please, y'all, we was having a good time.
And like, so let her still sit on his fucking lap, and I'm gonna mind my business.
And we can continue to have a good time. Right. But so now the friend is begging us. She's like, please, y'all, don't let that ruin it. He done had too much to drink. We was having a good time. So now he apologizing, like, I'm sorry. So she was like, yeah, he's sorry. Like, I can't get ready to come out. Like, let's just enjoy the rest of the concert. I appreciate y'all moving down. When I tell you I was heated.
Because now you done ruined it.
I was so fucking heated. And I just was like, you know, and Ruby was heated too. And Ruby, she wasn't saying nothing. Ruby over there fucking digging her nails in her hands.
Turning red.
Ruby was like, what these people don't know is they lucky they got you. She said, because you would give a cuss out. I'm just going to punch him in his fucking face. Ruby said, I'm over here holding my hands back because I want to punch the shit out of him. And I said, but then we all gonna get put out and nobody gonna be able to see Tank.
Okay, we try to see Tank.
Right. But I just was
taken aback.
Really? Yeah. Like, how you asking us to do you a favor?
And then you acting like that.
Y'all can move y'all big ass down. You can get your big ass out. You the one that's sharing a seat with somebody. Right. And it's not even like, for me, it's not even the insult. It's the audacity and the attitude. And you're
need
in
something
the
from me.
Yes. Like, how are you approaching me with it?
Say, oh, that was cute. And I'm going to sit my big ass right where I'm at.
Okay.
And you can figure it out. Deal with your people. Dang! That would have been me. I wouldn't have shifted a damn thing.
But we had already shifted.
And I'd have shifted my ass right on back. The fuck? I'm going to need you to move because you in my seat.
Right.
And he was like, well, security!
And so that was the other thing. I'm like, y'all over here doing some scamming or whatever y'all doing. And you like, oh, you ain't got to cause a scene. But you didn't have to say what the fuck you said. Yeah. So the couple that was next to me. So now I didn't know them before.
Yeah, now they in the mix.
Now they in the mix, and the guy was like, it's good. Like he was like, it's cool, it's cool. Like everybody's cool, it's cool. He was like, let's just enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I was like, I had to like take a couple deep breaths.
Cause who are you talking to?
Cause who are you? And then I guess it's also too like you thought nobody heard it.
Yeah.
The disrespect,
the level of disrespect.
Anyway, so I'm just like, why?
Why the Foolala? Why I ain't never at the Foolala?
I don't know, cause the last time too, he wasn't at the Foolala.
Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Standing up and causing a fucking scene.
Ruby was like, I wanted to punch the shit out of him, but I'm like, it just, you in that environment, it's already so much going on,
and it would have been so much more. Cause wherever the circus is where I'm pitching the fucking tent. Okay.
But you like. It's already so much going on. So, like, I really don't want to go there. But also, you're not about to fucking play with me.
Listen, there's no level of anything where you going to play with me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I just couldn't. I really couldn't believe it.
Nigga, get up off your shoulders and get out my seat.
Yeah. Like.
Because now we buddies.
Anyway. But, okay. So, aside from that, the show was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. And y'all know I always do this, and I can't help it, okay? I'm just an organizer in my heart. The organization could have been better.
Okay.
First, I feel like understanding the dynamics of where you are. You're in D.C. You have Ginuwine, you have Tamar, you have Take, who are all from this area. I feel as though we should have acknowledged that. They did acknowledge it, but I feel like the setup, the producers of the concert should have had more knowledge and said, okay, because they're from here, we're going to give them a little bit more time, right? Because this is their hometown. Yeah. These are pretty big artists. They have a big following. Yeah. They probably need a little bit more time. So I would have structured the show in that way. So the way I would have had it, I would have had H-Town first, who we did not see. We got a little bit late. Then I would have had Lloyd. Then I would have had Silk. Then I would have had SWV. No, then I would have had Ginuwine, then SWV, then Tamar. Oh, wait. Ginuwine, then Tamar, then SWV, then Tank. And the only reason why I say that is because even though SWV is not from the area, they have been touring. They've been doing the Essence Festival. They're still relevant. I don't know if I would say that they're more relevant than Tamar, but Probably. Yeah. Just because they've still been working and she has taken some breaks, right? Yeah. So so this is actually how they had it set up, which I was disappointed by. They had H-Town first, they had Lloyd, then they had Ginuwine, then they had Silk, then they had Tamar, SWV, and Tank, right? Well, because Ginuwine was one of the first 3 acts, he only had a 20-minute set. I just feel like, and I know that he hasn't been touring and he's not maybe as relevant, but 2 things. 1, he has a lot of hits. He has a long discography. Secondly, he's in his hometown. To me, that should have warranted a little bit more time.
But I wonder if, and this is only because clips that I've seen, I don't know how his appearances are doing.
Yeah. I mean, yes. But again, he's in DC.
I think part of it is like, do we give him more time to usher in foolishness or keep it?
I can see that. But the way it happened that night, Ginuwine had the audience on their feet. Okay. And we was kind of mad when he had to leave. And then Silk comes out and they did okay, but they were missing one of their members. Their sound was off. It was not... Silk, I would say, had the weakest performance. It wasn't... You could see some of the issues that they were having in the background. Not because of their voices or anything like that. They did their little dance routines. They sounded good, but you could tell they were switching things up on the fly on the stage. You could tell that they were having some technical issues in the background that they were trying to overcompensate for. And they had a longer set than Ginuwine. And to me, it just allowed them to be on stage for a longer period of time with those issues. I wish those 2 had to swap.
Because I think sometimes when you have multiple mics and multiple things, it allows for other things to possibly happen.
Yeah. So then Tamar came out. She did really good, but she didn't have a lot of time. Tamar sung 3 songs.
And how long have they been on tour?
I think this is the first one of this particular cast.
I think that's the only thing I not dislike, but dislike when you are like first city.
Yeah.
Because you're trying
working out the kinks. Yeah.
And especially like Ginuwine has been touring, but again, you have a lot of clips of Foo La La.
Yeah.
And then Tamar is usually a headliner of her own stuff.
Right.
But I haven't really seen her out and about. Tank has been out and about for a while.
Yeah.
So
it literally was almost a year because we saw him, I think, the first weekend of May.
Yeah.
And Tamar was just here recently too. I can't remember when, but she was here. But I will say about Tamar, she put on even for the 3 songs she did, she put on a good show. She has a big personality. She has a lot of stage presence. So she put on a good show. She sounded good. I really had no complaints. I would see her again. That was my first time seeing her, even though I know she's done these little like tours and stuff before. That was my first time seeing her. Then Tank only did about 4 or 5 songs. And the other issue that I had with Tank, and I'm just complaining, y'all. It was a good concert overall, but these are just little things that stuck out to me. The other issue that I had with Tank was during the transition between artists, we're listening to the DJ. You know how he does this little thing where it's like, do you know these old school songs? And he plays snippets of old school songs. You cut that out. Cut that out. Because 1, your time is limited.
Yeah.
We've already been listening to the DJ in between sets.
Yeah.
We don't need you to be on stage doing the same thing that the DJ did right before you came out.
Right.
Even though the DJ may have been like, you know, if it's your birthday or I remember this song or whatever, like it's different. It's a little bit different because Tank was going really, really old school. But stop, don't do that. We paid to hear you sing your hits. That little segment, even though it may have only been about 3 minutes, that could have been 3 minutes of a song you sung that we like. So that would be my only critique. And Ruby was saying, but she brought up a good point. She was saying, I wonder if he was also maybe having some technical issues. And so doing that little DJ thing was like cover up for they trying to fix some things. Like, you know, his mic ain't where it need to be or whatever. So it's like, oh, let's play around with the audience while we work on some stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But after listening to the DJ and after having all these transitions, I was just irritated by that. Yeah. Like, sir, sing the damn song. And then another point that Ruby had brought up was we had these long transition periods. When I say long, I mean like maybe 10 to 15 minute transition periods. So Ginuwine, he only had a 20-minute set. And I just, maybe because I'm a fan of him, maybe I'm biased. But I thought he did so good. He was playing like snippets of all his hits. And everybody was, everybody was excited. But he couldn't even really get into it because you think about it, 20 minutes. If a song is 4 minutes, that's 4 songs. So he's trying to get through 10, 12 songs. So that he's giving us 30 seconds to a minute of each song. Which we can't even
get into it.
You know what I mean? 9 o'clock all alone.
I'll tell you what though.
Like
I do like his I like his songs and stuff like that. But
and he was doing the Foo La La, but it's like in that environment, we didn't care because we was like, he was. But one thing about Ginuwine, that voice is still on. The voice is still voicing.
Listen, the voice is still voicing, but sometimes when I look at him, I feel like somebody put air in his head because his head is so big. He's
getting old. He's an uncle now.
Big?
I don't know.
His head is big.
He's like one of those people that gains weight in his head.
It's so big. It's so big. And
but
you're moving your body. That's what I'm saying. You're moving your body and it looks like
a bobblehead.
Get him off the stage.
No, Kendra, it was good. Like he was doing all that craziness, but I don't know.
It's not sexy anymore.
Okay, so look, when you see the clips, I think the clips are out of context. When you're at the concert and he's like playing with the audience, it's like, he's just being silly.
I understand that, but his head is still big and his body is still very small. And it makes me upset. It makes me upset.
He can't help that. No, he can't.
Do something, John.
He can't help that.
Oh my God. And then he's like broad and his legs are super small. I'm like, please, what is Spectacular doing? Follow his regiment. Get on it. Tank head ain't big. Tyrese's head always been big, but it ain't big.
But Tank got his issues too. Like when I was looking at him, I was like, he's old. Like even though he work out and stuff like that, he got that old man body.
I understand, but like old man body, yes. Ginuwine be in a jacket and all you see is head. Like not even head. That's just face, just wide face.
He can't
making
help
faces.
that.
No, absolutely not. I'm over it. Stop gyrating on the stage.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And he kind of sped through all the hits. But the point I was gonna make was, if we're transitioning and the DJ is gonna take 15 minutes hyping the crowd up to transition for the next one, and Ruby said this, she said, now for those that can really sing like Ginuwine, she said, well, now why couldn't Ginuwine or even Tamar, why couldn't they have stayed on the stage and sung a cappella, like without their, because if the issue is like your band got to get set up and your DJ and da. So she's like, now why couldn't they have just kept one mic on and had them sing a cappella while the other people's stuff gets set up? She was like, if the DJ that's doing transition, if he has a mic, why we couldn't put Ginuwine on that mic and give him a little bit more time while y'all setting up for the next one?
Yeah,
I thought she had a good point with that. I don't know why. I don't know the behind the scenes of productions of concerts, but that was irritating me. Like, the artists are being rushed off the stage, but then the DJ comes back and he's, you got a $20 bill, put your hands up. We doing that for 15 minutes. Like, what?
I get it.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Get off the stage. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because this is the first stop, maybe they'll kind of
work out the kinks. I gotta look at this too, because some of these things, it's only like a one-time thing. So I don't know if this is going to other places or if this was just a one-time thing.
Oh, I'll have to look.
So we gotta look. It's called the R&B Experience. And then Ruby was also saying maybe they might, if they go to different places, they might have different artists, like a different lineup.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was good. We had a good time. I saw Janice. Our guest that we had last week, she was at the concert. Having a time. But then, like you was saying, she was on the floor, child. I was in section 100. I wasn't that close. I wasn't as close as she was.
I said, oh.
So when I saw her, I was like, I ain't even going, like, because I'm sitting up higher, I could like see. And I was like, I ain't even gonna say nothing because she all the way down there. I'ma just, I hit her up afterwards.
I know that's right.
But it was a good show. We had a good time. Tank is one of Ruby's favorite artists, so whenever he's in town, she always, wants to try to go see him.
Yeah, they're going other places because they're going to New York. They're going to be in New York April 18th.
Well, maybe it'll get better. Maybe they learn from this experience. And the other thing I wanted to bring up, and then we can move on. When artists are in DC, how do I say this? I feel, and I don't know, maybe there's some copyright issues, I don't know. But I feel that there's a level of ignoring the culture that's already here that I don't appreciate. Because Lloyd, that song, Lay Your Head on My Pillow, there's a go-go version of that.
Lay your head on my shoulders?
No, lay your head on my pillow.
Is it pillow?
Oh, lay it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's pillow.
Maybe.
I'm trying to, am I wrong?
No,
okay, so there's a go-go version to that.
I know.
When he sung that song, I just felt like you're in DC. Do like a few minutes of the original, but you definitely should have broke down the go-go version. Like you're in DC.
Because he did it the last time.
Oh, and then what pissed me off even more was he brought out the guy that sings "Sexy Lady." He brought him out. Okay, so obviously you know the coach. So
I think because he's done it so many times. Anytime he does it, every time he comes down here.
But this is my first time seeing Lloyd, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, every time he comes, he does the DC.
All right. I take it back.
Because we have a clip of him doing the DC version when he was down here.
I have to look it up because I don't recall.
Yeah,
but
did he have on that yellow? He had on something.
I'm like, but still, okay. So do it every time because I wanted that moment, and he didn't give it to us.
But he brought the man out.
But then he sung "Sexy Lady"
because that's the song.
I mean, yeah, it hit, but it was like, but we could have did. It was Lloyd's performance, so we could have did.
But also, the "Lay Your Head on My Pillow" is not him singing it.
No, it's not. It's somebody else. But so what?
But it's not his cadence either.
Okay.
So his cadence is like "Lay Your Head," but the other one is going with that go-go. Yeah. So if he don't know it, what they'll do is cut him and then put that in.
That's what they should have did. That's what they should have did. Because when he did it, I was like, oh, he going to break into the go-go.
No, the go-go one is different. And then it's just such a different cadence. Unless you practice it on a regular basis, you wouldn't.
Now, Jill Scott, when she comes, she always does the go-go version of her song.
I'm sure she practices it.
And what's the song? Do you want it? Oh, you get it happy. Yeah. Give it me. She always does that. I feel like those be missed opportunities.
And I think, "Lay Your Head on My Pillow" is slower in the go-go version. It's a lot
Yeah, they
slower.
slowed it down.
Yeah, so I think that's another thing. It's hard to
switch up if you're not used to singing it like that. Well, learn it.
That is a altered situation.
I feel like learn it. Isn't there one for Tamar too? Hey, didn't they do a Tamar song turn to go go?
Probably. They turn every popular song into go go.
I just feel like we could have. They didn't actually. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, they did. They played old school Chuck Brown. I was gonna say they didn't play any go go like the DJ, but he did. He played old school Chuck Brown.
But the go go's don't be like that. People don't be doing the go go like they used to.
I also think too because it is our audience because it was older R&B. They went with
and they not. A lot of people like I like go go to hear it, but not to listen to. You know what I'm
agree.
Saying? So
like if it comes on at a club or at a party,
like,
yeah.
Now, Sexy Lady, I listen to all day, every day.
Yeah.
And twice on Sunday. You hear me? But yeah, I can see it being an R&B thing. Sometimes I think they do more of throwing it go-go when you doing like a rapper situation.
Yeah. SWV did really good. The voices are still on point. And I feel like the people wasn't excited enough to see them. Because I'm looking around, people were sitting down. And I'm like, y'all sitting down on week?
But you also have to remember Tank, Tamar, all of them, we are in the millennials are in a space where certain millennials, because I'm not, if it was in Vogue, I think I would be, it just also depends on the artist. I don't really like Week. I like SWV, but I'm not pressed. But if it's certain songs, I definitely like In Vogue. What's the ones that's going on tour together?
Oh, it is In Vogue.
I know, but it's in
TLC and Songpepper, right?
Yes. If it like TLC, like I'm in the.
What about like Escape? Same. Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
It'd be like a song or two.
Yes.
But then, all right.
Yes. And SWV, they have a lot of.
They do. Songs. They have a lot of hits.
Like that was more like my sisters.
When they started singing, I was with it. I was like, oh, I remember this song. I don't know. But the other people I'm looking around, everybody sitting down. I was like, why y'all sitting down?
Because it's not, like, everybody else was like, so I'll say this. We listened to SWV and because our parents were listening to it. But Ginuwine was happening in middle school and high school.
I had posters of him on my wall.
So I think that the connection is like, I know the song, I could bop with it, it's cool, but it's not the same because when this song was happening, I was breaking up with my boyfriend. So there's more of a different connection. I think everything else is like, oh, my sister was, when I would ride home with my sister, or, oh, I heard this because of this kind of thing. It's not as much of a connection. But
it was lots of different ages there. At first I was like, well, maybe these are just the young people that are sitting down. But some of the older people were sitting down too. I was
they also sad.
Oh, okay.
Now it's time for bed.
Oh, and so people was leaving early.
It's time for bed.
I'm like, dang, y'all leaving before we even see the headliner. Like when Tank was getting ready to come on, it was like 11 o'clock. People were freaking leaving.
First of all, a lot of those people probably were here last year to see Tank.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So they're like, I don't.
And I'm not pressed to see.
Yeah.
I just saw him last year.
True.
Like, okay. They may have been here for the Ginuwine.
Yeah.
And because Silk hasn't been on tour in
a long time. Yeah. And I felt so, what's the word I want to use? Not cheated, but like, I wish we would have gotten a better Silk performance. I just, after they performed, I was like, this was lackluster. Like I wanted more.
Yeah.
I wanted more. And I didn't even go into it thinking that I was going to be pressed to see Silk, but like as they started playing their songs, I'm like, oh, like if this would have been done in its full form and its full, everything, like if the sound was right and all the members were there and they were hitting, like I really think that would have performed so much better.
Yeah, I get that.
But it was kind of like, I'm not, and it's really no shade to them, y'all. I'm just telling you my honest experience. Silk gave karaoke.
Yeah, I'm hoping, the hope is that not just the mic stuff, but like if this is, because it's easy to practice and stuff when you're not in theater and things can sound right, everybody's harmonizing this, that, and the fourth, but when you have, it's not just like in your studio space. So now you're dealing with echoes, you're dealing with crowd stuff, you're dealing with, and where was it at?
Capital One.
Dealing with, it'd be so much stuff, and like the changing of, different things. I think hopefully by the time, because I think that same all the stuff, but a lot of people, not a lot of people, but like even with Beyonce, when she has her first things, you'll have people that
they got to be worked out,
complain about this, but by the time that last one, they like, we had the best time. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, I maybe we'll see when they're done with this. So I'll maybe watch some YouTube videos and see
if it's a difference.
If it's a difference, yeah. Okay, moving on from that, you've got a bunch of birthday celebrations coming up.
When I tell you the level of, I'm so over it. So we are doing Joshy's birthday, if Kingston is available, or if you wanted to bring Kingston on the 25th.
Okay, I'm gonna be at the winery.
Oh, that's right. But so we're gonna be down here in Waldorf at the Chuck E. Cheese. Girl, he's so pressed. He told Jayla, was like, nah, Jonathan, we should not. Let's not do your birthday at Chuck E. Cheese. He said, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to mommy. I said, not this 3-year-old. He's like, Jayla, you in my business. I'm talking to mommy. And she's like, well, I'm not coming. He said, okay. I'm going to be at Chuck E. Cheese. I have a surprise for Damon on Tuesday. And then, but those are only 2 for April. And then May, my mom. And then June, Janae. July, his brother will be down. So it's his brother, his sister. August is mine. September is
mine.
Yours and Jonathan.
Yeah.
So it's a lot going on. And I'm fitting to be 40. And I don't have time for this.
You get into that. It's just that time of year where everything is about to just
busy.
Speed up. Yeah.
And then we have the cruise coming up. So we're going to, finish paying that off. Janae's going to be graduating. Then Jayla's like, I think they're getting ready to take senior pictures because she's going into her senior year. And then she's always like, oh, I want to go ahead and get my dress made. So it's like starting to try to get all of that senior stuff.
And I'm not mad at her for getting started early because it'd be here before you know it.
It do. I mean, because I think their prom is usually like April, late April
or May. Yeah.
And then I think she was saying that if Davon's brother don't have one, because he be posting his friends, she's like, oh, who these YNs? Let me get down to Georgia.
Oh, Lord.
I said, my God. So she's like, I want to, and then the next year is super busy because he'll graduate, she'll graduate. We're doing a graduation cruise. Jonathan will graduate because he'll be going into middle school. Joshua will graduate from pre-K and going into regular kindergarten. It's going to be a mess.
That's when you should do, remember you were talking about doing senior pictures for him because he never did that? You should do it next year with so many graduations. That would be cute. And
then I'm trying to do a senior picture where Jayla's will say, I'm done. Jonathan's will say, almost there. And Joshy's will be like, just starting. And I want his eyes to be rolling.
Aww.
Like, and I want Jayla to be super excited. And Jonathan be like, what you want to do?
Yeah. That's cute. That's cute. Let's just do like a family photo. A family photo day.
Yeah. And then, so I do want him to do, I'm going to try to see if I can go to, or at least find out what their barbering stalls look like. Because that's the program he graduated from. So I want to do that. And then
that'll be cute.
That's it, yeah. So
I'll be at the winery. If y'all want to come and support me, I'll be at Robin Hill Winery.
I love Robin Hill.
Selling my candles and my wares. What else is going on? So I mentioned this last week, but the episode got long, so I cut it out. The book that I read, If You Stayed by Brittany Cherry, y'all know I'll drop it down. It was pretty good. I would say maybe like, I would say 4 out of 5. The only thing is, and I don't know why, just lately, a lot of the books that I have been reading have just had so much trauma. And I'm not the kind of person that reads the back of a book before I read it. I'll just, one, if it's a book club read, I'm going to read it because it's a book club read. And 2, if somebody is like, oh, this is a good book,
you just get into
I just go off of their recommendation and read it. But for whatever reason, literally the last like 5 books that I have read have either had somebody dying or somebody being abused or just, I'm like, what is going on? Yeah. So anyway, this book, it's really no trigger warnings, but it's about a girl who got into a car accident when she was a teenager with her teenage sweetheart. They get into a car accident. He loses his memory. They see each other years later. And the book is about their journey to a reconnection because they see each other years later, but he doesn't recognize her. And she is trying to like I don't want to disrupt his life.
Yeah,
You know, he don't remember everything. So let me just. And I also think her mindset is the accident was her fault. So I think her mindset is I don't want to re-traumatize him. But I mean, it's a romance, so they do end up coming together. But the book is just about their journey of how they come together, and she is dealing with some trauma, and they're both dealing with trauma. He's dealing with some trauma in his life. She's dealing with some trauma in her life.
Gotcha.
It was well written. I think this is the second book that I've read by Brittany Cherry, so I think she's a pretty good author. So if you want to check it out, check it out. If You Stayed by Brittany Cherry. And that's basically it.
That was another great catch-up episode.
It was.
Make sure you
like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Drop down in the comments. And we will
drink to that.